All right, guys, this is going to be a good one. So make sure you guys subscribe, hit the bell so you know that when I am uploading more videos. Also, hit me up on Instagram. Go ahead and follow me there and also ask me questions there. My name is Ishmael and I am a business funding coach. Okay, so in this video, I want to talk about liquidating your business credit cards. All right, so what does it mean to liquidate your business credit cards? In short, it just means to be able to take the money off of the card and have it on hand as far as in your checking accounts, available to do whatever you want to do with it. What does liquidating not mean? All right, so it does not mean getting a cash advance on the credit card because that is going to trigger some high interest rates and other not so good internal data points as far as on the credit card. If you do that too often, it can trigger the bank to actually shut that card down because it can look like some type of shady money laundering or something like that, right? All right, so it's not a cash advance, so you're not going to be doing that. And it's also not a balance transfer. Okay. So a balance transfer is when you have debt on one credit card and you use the available credit on one credit card to pay off the other credit card. We're not doing that either. Okay. That's what liquidation is not. Okay. All right. So there's three methods I want to share with you on how to liquidate a credit card. So one is with retailers. So when it comes down to a credit card, there is what's called a POS or a point of sale device. And this device pretty much just communicates between several different banking institutions to communicate to move money, a request for money, verification of funds, and a deposit of money or a credit of money into another account. All right. So retailers have a POS system every time you go to there to make a purchase. When you swipe your credit card um, at the POS, then there's a communication goes out to that bank requesting the amount of money. Then it verifies that money is there and the transaction is authentic. And then it credits the other account. That's what that POS system does, right? So what we want to do is instead of that money going to a retailer or something like that, we want that money to come back to us. All right. So there are retailers with refund policies where they don't require the same card that you use to make the purchase to return the money when you get a refund on a purchase, right? So, for example, you have credit card and you have a debit card. The debit card is linked to your checking account, right? And the credit card is from the bank. As you make charges on the credit card, it distributes money out to whoever that you are spending with, right? All right. So for some retailers, you can actually go in, you can make a purchase with your credit card, and then you can come back a little bit later, next day or whenever, or the same day, and you can return that item that you made on your credit card. Let's say you went to purchase a refrigerator. And obviously, that's not something you're going to walk out the door with. So, or a piece of furniture, that's not something you're going to walk out the door with that day. So let's say you purchase that refrigerator. You come back an hour or so later, say, you know what, I don't need the refrigerator anymore. They're like, okay, all right, we'll return the funds back to you. Sometimes they may return it back to you in cash. Other times they may say, okay, all right, insert the card in, and then we'll put the money back onto that card. So what you can do is instead of using the credit card that you use to pay for it with, you can use your debit card. So you can pay for it initially with the credit card, your business credit card, and then when you make the return, you insert your debit card. And so that instead of that money going back to the credit card, it goes to your debit card. And again, your debit card is linked to your checking account. So whatever goes to your debit card goes to your checking account. So what's going to happen is that POS system is going to now credit your checking account with the money from that purchase, from the refund. And that's how you can use retailers to liquidate a credit card. Next is because you have a business credit card, you have a business. So with a business, you can set up payroll. You can set up bookkeeping services like ADP and whatever else that's out there that you want to use. And typically, what these softwares have is they have ways that you can use credit cards to do different transactions. So you can use credit cards to, pay invoices. You can also use a credit card to make payroll. All right. So you can link your credit card and then use that instead of your checking account or debit card to make payroll. And that's another way how you can liquidate a credit card. Next is it's going to be other businesses, other peers and people that you know that you can do business with, that you can work with, and that you can trust, that can help you out in this process of liquidating the credit card. So basically, they have a POS system, just like a retailer at a store or anybody else has a POS system. You can go to your friend who also has a business, and you can make a purchase with them, and you can use your business credit card to make that purchase. They give you a receipt and everything like that. Everything's all good, legit. And let's say, okay, now you want to refund that purchase to your friend's business, but instead of them putting it onto your card, you want to get a cash refund. Now, there are fees that come along with these transactions. So that's something that typically is about 2 to 3% of that transaction. Now, that's something you can work out with your friend or your peer that also runs a business. Typically, that is something that they can write off on their taxes. Make sure you consult with your tax professional on that as far as how to get those things written off. But you can cover the cost of that so they don't have to cover the cost of it, right? Because they're doing you a favor anyway. All right, so there's a couple ways that you can liquidate a credit card. Now, there are more in-depth steps and information that goes along with this. There is also other ways that I will not share on, YouTube, but this is something that I do one-on-one consulting with my clients. I go through those methods that are a lot easier for them, and they can get this liquidated credit cards a lot faster. All right, so thanks for checking me out. If you need help getting business funding, you can definitely hit me up.